Attention passionate Chicago, Bears fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Chicago Bears' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Chicago Bears fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and Chicago, Bears fans. Let's get to the news, so listen up, Bears fans. There's some serious buzz swirling around the NFL right now, and it's all about a potential blockbuster move that could shake up the NFC North and give Chicago a huge boost on their quest for Super Bowl glory. The whispers out there point to the Chicago Bears making a bold push to acquire none other than Chris Jones, the star defensive tackle from the Kansas City Chiefs. And let me tell you, this isn't just some rumor. It's a calculated move that could change the complexion of the Bears' defense and, frankly, their entire season. Chris Jones, at 31 years old, is no stranger to dominance in the trenches. The guy's a game changer. Just last season, he racked up 10. 5 sacks was a nightmare for offensive lines and made life miserable for quarterbacks all season long. He recorded 45 pressures, which shows how disruptive he is, and his PFF interior grade of 90. One is among the best in the league. On top of that, he's a master at collapsing the pocket, with a double-team rate of around 32%, meaning offenses have to dedicate multiple blockers just to slow him down. When it comes to QB hits, Jones registered 18 last year, but more than that, he's a guy who consistently stops plays in their tracks, 42 stops last season alone. Overall, his career stats are staggering: 85 sacks, 350 pressures, and an elite 88. 6 PFF grade. His EPA per rush at -0.15 indicates he's a player who changes the game every snap, whether it's rushing the passer or clogging running lanes. The injury bug hit him briefly in 2025 with a calf strain that caused him to miss one game, but that hasn't slowed him down much. When healthy, he's a dominant force. His tackle count last year was 38, and his run defense grade of 87. 9 proves he's not just a pass rusher, but also a stout run defender. His pass rush win rate of 22% means he's constantly threatening the quarterback, creating chaos in the backfield. Remember, he was a Super Bowl MVP in 2023, which speaks volumes about his ability to elevate his team in the biggest moments. The Bears are eyeing a player like him to bolster their interior defensive line, especially as they look to take their pass rush to the next level. Now, why would the Chiefs consider trading a player of Jones's caliber? Well, the Chiefs are in a tight spot financially. They're sitting on a cap space of around $45 million for 2026, but with extensions and other financial commitments, they're looking to clear some room. The recent speculation suggests that Kansas City might be open to trading Jones in exchange for a first-round pick in 2027 and a fourth-rounder in 2026. This move would free up around $22 million in cap space, allowing them to focus on bolstering their offensive line and other needs. The Chiefs are also prioritizing youth and salary cap flexibility, especially after a 10-7 season that fell short of expectations. They're aiming to build a sustainable championship window, and parting ways with Jones could be a strategic move to enable that. For the Bears, this could be a game-changer. Gervon Dexter and the current defensive line have shown promise, but they lack that game-wrecking interior presence that can dominate from the middle. Jones would immediately elevate that unit, giving Chicago one of the league's most disruptive defensive linemen. Imagine the possibilities, double-teaming Jones, which could free up Khalid Jones or Sweat to get after the quarterback even more. His presence alone would open up opportunities for the linebackers and secondary to make plays. Plus, Jones's ability to stuff the run would shore up the Bears' defense against the league's best rushing attacks. But let's not forget, there's always a bit of skepticism from the Chiefs' side. They're wary of players aging, and Jones is already 31, which in NFL terms is approaching the twilight of a player's prime. Still, his production remains elite, and the Bears would be getting a player who, if healthy, can be a difference-maker for years to come. It's reminiscent of the Donald to Rams trade, where a veteran star was moved to a contender, only to transform the defense overnight. The Bears would be betting on his continued dominance and experience to spearhead their front seven. Now, looking at how this could impact the Bears' season, it's pretty straightforward. Adding a player of Jones's caliber would significantly improve their run defense, which has been a weak spot over recent years. Last season, they allowed about 120 rushing yards per game, and their run defense grade was hovering around the mid-80s, which isn't bad but not elite either. Jones's presence would push that number down, and his disruption rate, projected to increase by over 20%, would make it tough for offenses to establish their ground game. In the passing game, his ability to collapse the pocket and generate pressure would help the Bears get more sacks and hurried throws, potentially turning more plays into turnovers. The impact on the playoff push could be even more significant. Historically, Jones has been a playoff performer, and his 10 career sacks in the postseason prove he steps up when it matters most. His presence on the line would make Chicago's defense much more formidable against high-powered offenses, especially in high-stakes games. The Bears already have a solid secondary, and with Jones anchoring the middle, they'd be in a much better position to contain elite quarterbacks and force turnovers. Plus, his ability to disrupt short throws and clog running lanes would reduce opponents' efficiency, leading to lower yards per play and more three-and-outs. Of course, there are some hurdles. The Chiefs are cautious because of Jones's age and their own cap constraints. They want to optimize their roster for the long term, and trading him now could be seen as a gamble. But the value they're getting in return, an early first-round pick and a future fourth, could be crucial for their rebuilding process, especially if they focus on bolstering their offensive line, which ranks around a 69. 2 PFF grade. The Bears, on the other hand, see this as an opportunity to accelerate their rebuild on defense. They're already trending upward, and adding a proven veteran like Jones could push them into serious playoff contention. The potential for this move to reshape the NFC North is real. If the Bears land Jones, it's not just about adding talent. It's about sending a message to the rest of the division that Chicago is back in the game, ready to contend and take that next step towards Super Bowl glory. With their current roster, the Bears have shown flashes of promise, but that interior disruption, someone who can command double teams and generate consistent pressure, has been missing. Jones could be the piece that finally gives them that elite push, elevating their defense from decent to dominant. Now, looking ahead, the Bears are certainly exploring all options to make this happen. The NFL trade deadline and offseason are full of surprises, and a move for Chris Jones would be one of the biggest headlines. Fans are excited about the possibility because, let's face it, Chicago's defense has been in dire need of a game-changer for years. Jones's addition would not only improve their chances this season, but also set the tone for the franchise's future. It's a bold move, but one that could pay off big time if executed correctly. In the broader context, this potential trade highlights how the NFL is evolving. Teams are increasingly valuing interior disruptors who can impact both the passing and rushing game, and Jones fits that mold perfectly. His ability to command attention in the trenches would allow the Bears, secondary, and linebackers to play more aggressively, knowing the line is anchored by a top-tier talent. It's a chess move, a statement that Chicago is serious about competing now and building for the future. And let's not forget, the NFL is all about the playoffs and Super Bowl glory. The Bears are hungry, and they're willing to make bold moves to get there. Adding a player like Chris Jones would send shockwaves through the league and prove that Chicago is ready to shake things up in the NFC North and beyond. The fans, the city, everyone wants to see their team back in the thick of things, and this kind of move could be the catalyst for a new era of Bears football, one defined by defense, resilience, and relentless pursuit of greatness. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Chicago Bears news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. So in summary, the potential acquisition of Chris Jones by the Chicago Bears isn't just about adding a star. It's about transforming their entire defensive front, creating chaos for offenses, and establishing a culture of relentless pressure and disruption. It's about sending a message that Chicago isn't here to just compete. They're here to dominate, to make a real run at the Super Bowl. The price might be high, but for Bears fans dreaming of glory, that's a small price to pay for the kind of impact Jones could bring. The NFL always keeps us on the edge of our seats, and this story isn't over yet. Stay tuned, because if it happens, it'll be one of the most exciting moves in recent Bears history. And honestly, it could be the start of something special. And now, Chicago Bears fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and the Chicago Bears. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Chicago Bears news.